Hello, angels, and welcome to the Angel Academy. My name is Amanda, your intuitive bestie and fave angelic mentor. And this week, the angels have some beautiful messages for you, but it's a little bit more tough love. And so I'm going to hold your hand through this, and we are just going to hear and receive what the angels have in store for us. So, as I was sitting with the angels, something just really kept coming up, and it was this diversion. It's like you know what you want, and yet you're sabotaging yourself. Sabotaging can look like putting everything before this dream of yours, taking naps, going and reading a book, like instead of doing the thing that you really want to do. And I get that on the surface, that doesn't look like a big deal, but it is. And yes, by the way, we are diving right on into these messages because here's the thing: your soul knows. Your soul knows what it wants. You know what you want. And like even getting to that point in your life is profound. And it absolutely deserves a moment of celebration, of recognition, and you can continue to celebrate along the way. However, it's a now or never type of feeling because you are here to not only believe in yourself, but your belief in yourself is here to spark belief in others. And when we allow self sabotage to creep in, imposter syndrome to creep in, analysis paralysis to creep in, what we're doing is we're ultimately keeping ourselves blocked from our manifestations. And a lot of the time, when we look at manifestation and we look at all these visualizations, these prayers, these affirmations, while they're all so beautiful, so beautiful because they help to change our perception, they help us to change our energy. I absolutely love all of those tools and techniques. The biggest tool and technique that I don't know if we really focus in on that much when it comes to manifestation, and especially the manifestation of our dreams, is manifest action. So, when we just continue to visualize, continue to sit in the energy, while that does open us up for opportunities and for blessings, we need to take aligned action. And one of the key messages here that I was receiving was feel the fear and do it anyway. You don't have to figure everything out before you take that leap and jump. And you're not going to have everything figured out. And that's kind of like the part where you need to, like, where we're kind of deciding, like, is this dream really worth it to us to take that leap to fully go all in on ourselves? Because this dream, it's not about just the financial reward that will come with it, it's not about the impact that you will make. What it's really showing you is the impact that you will make on yourself. It's showing you your self-belief and how much faith you have in God, how much faith you have in yourself. And it brings up that image of when Peter was stepping out of the boat into the seas, and because Jesus was calling him out. And I'm just getting that we are at that point where it's like we're so scared to come out of the boat, but our faith is leading us, our faith is guiding us. And even if we feel ourselves start to sink, our faith is there to really pull us up out of the waves. And that can be very symbolic of just starting and not having all the answers, being okay that you're not going to have all the answers. Because I also feel, and this is something that was coming to, is that we put our dreams on pedestals. But like, I want to associate other things in your life that you've already done that are hard, that are challenging, that you didn't have all the answers to, and yet you showed up for anyway. Okay, so here we go. Just to show you that you can actually do this even when it comes to your dreams, because nothing is higher than the other. Everything is neutral. Okay, so we have that mentality. Boom, let's go. So when we see ourselves as neutral, when we look at our past, I want to take the reference of going to the gym. You show up going to the gym, you have this awesome goal in mind to, I don't know, lose weight, to tone up, to, feel really strong, confident, and you don't really know what you're doing. you go before you're fully ready, you go before you fully have that routine down. You don't really know the weights too well, but you have this vision. So you go and you show up. When you're there, you meet somebody that shows you how to do this cool exercise. You fall in love with this exercise. This person, and you start chatting. This person is like, hey, yeah, I am a personal trainer, or I just love to work out. So here's like what I would do to help you target whatever you want to target. So by you showing up and just going before you're quote unquote ready, you meet somebody that can assist you. And because you continue showing up, even though you're not seeing results, you just kind of feel sore and you're like, why am I doing this? You, over time, because of your belief in yourself, because of your belief in the process, 4 weeks down the line, you start to see massive results. The way you lift up groceries, it becomes a little bit lighter. The way you can walk up a hill and not feel winded, that becomes a little bit easier. You're starting to notice that your consistency, your devotion to yourself in the gym is having a ripple effect in all other areas of your life. The same thing happens with our dream. I want to share one more example before we go back to our dream. Have you ever started a new project? Have you ever been like, you know what, I'm going to take a painting class, or I'm going to learn how to ride a bike, okay? Get on that bike, take this painting class, and you're like, wow, I'm not good. I'm drawing stick figures with 3 legs, and I have been for like 9 years. What the fuck is going on? You realize that you're just bad at new things. And that is okay. We're getting out of this state of mind that like we have to be good at something new. Of course you're going to not be good at painting right away. Of course you're not going to be good at riding a bike right away. That's why we have training wheels. So you ride with the training wheels, you watch videos on YouTube, and slowly over time, you start to feel more confident. You're like, hey, I can do this. I can ride my bike without training wheels. Okay. So maybe, when you're little, your parents were there like pushing you along. And you're like, no. Dad, mom, I can do this. And you go and you do it. And you know what? Maybe you fall. Maybe you fall not on that one, but on like the second time. But that doesn't stop you because you get back up and you get back on. And same thing with painting. Oh, wow, you painted something really good. And the next time you go around, you feel a little adventurous to go rogue, go out on your own, paint your own like intuitive vision. Oh, shit, that wasn't that good. But that doesn't stop you. You pick the paintbrush up and you go again. Each time getting better and better because you don't stop. You don't quit. You keep going. It's the same thing as when we pursue a dream. We don't stop. We keep going. We understand that we are not going to be good right away. We're probably not going to see results right away. And it's that the angels are asking you to accept and surrender into. It's the fact that they're not asking you to be good. What is good? They're asking you to believe. They are asking you to keep going. And maybe keep going is to just start. And that is the hardest part of anything new, is starting. Getting your butt to the gym when you don't want to, but you feel so good after you do it. Same thing goes with every other area of your life, including your dreams. So I shared those examples because this week is a now or never type of moment. It's not like it's your dreams all of a sudden going to dissolve into thin air, but what the angels are saying is, why prolong the blessing anymore? You're meant to do this. You are meant to do what is called on your heart. So show up in the shitty, show up in the suck, Show up when your paintings look like something a 5-year-old drew and start to laugh at yourself. I feel like as humans, we hold ourselves so high on pedestals that are so unachievable that we never even want to try. And we forget that laughter is medicine. We forget that we can laugh our way through the area of just getting started. But when we can have this lightness about us and being like, you know what, I don't know. I don't really know everything that I'm doing. I just know that I have this like ache in my heart to do it. We let go of the expectation. Like when we can just laugh our way through, but still show up in devotion, it alleviates so much external pressure to like show up and be the best right away. The best people are only the best because they've never given up. So you really can't fail if you never decide to give up. So that is coming through very strongly this week. Is it's a now or never type of moment, and to manifest action in your life. Action to begin when you're not ready, action to surrender into the suck, action to just show up every day and practice. Do something towards it. Because your dream is also like, it's like any other skill. It's even like a little baby. It needs nourishment. We're not going to get better at our dreams if we don't pour our energy into it, if we don't focus on it. And maybe your dream is to travel the world, but that starts with you doing something, right? Like creating something that allows you the freedom and flexibility to travel the world. So, the invitation to you this week, because the energy is there, is to take action in your life, to feel the fear and do it anyway. Because at the end of the day, I know that you can do it. I know that you have that belief. I can feel the belief pouring out of you. It's just that little doubt inside of you that's saying, but what about all this? No. Focus on your dream first, everything else later, okay? Trust me when I say that. And make sure that you're also pouring into yourself in all other areas of your life. Because if not, then you're not going to feel like, excuse me, release an energy. You're not going to feel like you have energy to focus on your dreams. All right, angels. We talked about manifesting action. We talked that, belief sparks action, which is great too. Do you ever notice that when you see results in the gym, you feel more motivated to go? Yeah. It's because belief is also symbolic of proof. And you don't need physical proof. The proof is in your belief. So all you need to do is believe that you can, and you will become motivated. You will become inspired. So I want you to reflect on what that action looks like for you this week. Very much like solar plexus chakra energy this week. That action may look like saying yes. That action may look like, for example, getting a whiteboard and writing down all the sections of a magazine that you want to birth. That action might be taking down everything that you've had for your company and being like, you know what? We're starting over again. And that's okay. That action may look like saying no to something that doesn't serve you. I want you or an invitation to come up with a few different actions that you're taking this week that are in alignment with your dreams. That'll make you feel really good inside because they're taking you one step closer to truly embodying the life that you have visualized over and over again, that you have affirmed over and over again in here and in here. You've already done half of the work. The next step is the action. Action is a ripple effect, okay? So what they were also saying is that you're pushing past obstacles. They're saying, like, I can hear you, like, when someone is just like screaming because they're just like, I don't want to give up, and they're just, screaming and pushing through. I don't want you to feel like you're pushing through, but you really are pushing through doubt, like hardcore. I really feel like this week for you guys is one of those moments when, like, you're just fucking sending it. You're sending it. And I want to share a little example. It's that euphoric feeling that you get. So 2 years ago, I was in Italy and I decided I was going to run for an hour, just see how far I could go. Run for an hour. I was like, oh my God, wait, I can hit 5 miles. I can hit 5 miles. My body, I was so tired. I literally called on Jesus and I was like, Jesus, I need you to run side by side with me. Like, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up on myself. And I ran and I ran and I even ran a little bit more. And at the end of it, I had run like 5.5 miles. And I felt that internal scream of, fuck yes, I can do it. And if I can do this, I can do anything. Something awakened inside of me that day. This self-belief, this sense of motivation that I don't need anything in my life other than God, other than me, to motivate me to change. And this is the same thing that I'm reminding you of this week, that the angels are coming forth and reminding you of, is that you don't need anything, anyone outside of yourself to affect change in your life. You are the change that you seek. You are the cause, your life is the effect. So scream saying you can do it. Like, hype yourself up. Because this is the time to say, I freaking deserve this. Nothing and no one is going to hold me back. This is my life. I'm choosing to use my free will to change, to show up in the way that I want to show up. And it's going to be a sloppy little mess in the beginning. And that is beautiful because I don't expect anything of myself other than to be a beginner. And when you just put yourself in that mindset, when you just say, I can do it though. I can write for 5 more minutes. I can go to one more person and ask them if they want to be a wholesaler for my product. I can do this. I can get up on stage and I can sing. I can do this. I want you to say that to yourself this week. I can do this. God's got me. God didn't place this vision on your heart just for you to dream about it, just for you to visualize about it. No, God placed it on your heart because He wants you to affect change. But you got to affect change in yourself first before you affect change in the lives of others. But by affecting change in your life, you naturally, by side effect, affect change in other people's lives. So the last message that I have for you is to call on Archangel Faith this week. She is the divine feminine counterpart to Michael, but she's equally as strong. And she's here to give you that little tough love, but to remind you that faith is always with you. She's coming through, and Joan of Arc is coming through with her famous quote, I have no fear, for I was born to do this. I want to wrap up by saying that you were born to do whatever is on your heart. Your dream life that you envision for yourself, that freedom, that peace, that joy, that love, that plethora of inspiration, that is all you, baby. That's all you saying yes to yourself. It's not a milestone that you're hitting. It's just a decision that you make to use your free will to say yes to you. To say, yes, I can do this. To say, yes, I'm going to show up when it's bad. Yes, I'm going to show up when I'm not seeing results. Because I know that the more I continue to show up for myself, it is inevitable. It is inevitable that I will be successful when I never give up. So I want to remind you today that it's not about how fast you go. It's not about all the achievements, all the external validation. It's simply the fact that you come back to self-belief, to faith in God and to taking inspired action every day towards what it is that you desire. And you will see results because you've seen results before. Your dreams are no different. Don't give up. Do not give up on yourself because the world needs your gifts. The world needs your light. The world needs whatever it is that has been on your heart. Because I want you to know that even if your dream is to be a mom, even if your dream is to just frolic in nature, you're making the world a better place by being the most badass mom out there. You're making the world a better place by being the most badass little hippie frolicking person in the world, okay? Like, God loves you. God placed that on your heart for a reason. So go out and live your life. Use your free will to change. But it's not going to happen unless you decide to get on that bike, unless you decide to pick up that paintbrush, unless you decide to sit down and do something about it. This week is all about affecting change in your life, showing you what you desire, showing your inner child what their dreams are and how you can bring them into fruition. I am praying over you. I understand that this message probably came as a little bit of a wow, but I just want you to know that you're worth so much more than you're letting the self-sabotage tell you. You're not you're not you're not here to live that life, okay? I love you. I am praying over you. I am praying for you. I am praying for your dreams. You've got this. And if this video resonated with you at all, please let me know in the comments below. Also, it is my birthday week. So, as a birthday gift, what I am doing is I am offering 10% off of my digital course. It's called the Angel Academy. And it is an academy for personal growth and transformation. It's completely channeled. It's with the 4 primary archangels. And what you do is you walk through your fears, dissolving fears and limiting beliefs with Archangel Michael. Raphael comes in and helps you to really heal on an emotional level, alchemizing all of those, not so feel good emotions and helping to reconnect you with your inner child. Gabriel awakens your intuitive gifts, and Uriel helps you to become the embodied leader that you were born to be. I have a bonus business module for anyone who has a business or is an entrepreneur and wants to see how the energetics of business or energy can correlate with business. So if you want that, just comment angels and I will send you that code. But I love you guys so much. Let me know how this video resonated for you.